if you have access to Stephen Avery, if he calls you or gets in contact with you somehow, maybe write him a letter, whatever, get a hold of him. If you're his friend, if you're a supporter of justice, Candace Owens, you got a problem. Everybody else except Stephen Avery has a reason, has a motive. But what are you going to do, Candace, when you're in a room across from Mr. Stephen Avery himself, free from prison, and you have to apologize for smearing his ass? Huh? Get all bitchy and shit. So, if you are a friend of Stephen Avery, relative, whatever, access, communication of some sort, tell Stephen that his keys to freedom is in Barb Janda's phone records, which I have a PDF archived. There it is, down below. And all he has to do is get on the horn and say, to all my supporters, guess what? Yeah. These 920-755-8715 phone number bill went to the Avery Auto Salvage Yard office. Okay. So, you have that. The phone was hooked up to 13930, which is Avery Auto Salvage Yard office. They got a line there, but 1,000 feet down there is 12930 Avery Road. Same as the address here, same as the address down there. So they both got the same address. The mailman goes by and says, well, Barb's in this one, Barb's in this one, and Stephen's in this one. Why Barb? Well, they're putting it in by the mail, but they're saying Barb has a telephone bill in this, and Barb has a telephone bill here. So the telephone bills will come. Grandma, Mama Avery, she go down and collect the bills. And now she should sit there and say, Barb Janda to the office. And she'd go, well, why is Barb Janda's phone bill going to the office? See? So now where'd that phone bill go? And why was it listed in 12930 and not 12930A? There it is. No way possible did Teresa leave her message on Barb's phone. See how they do that? Fuckers. Well, Teresa's called Barb's phone. No, Teresa's phone called this other phone. That's linked to this address. Teresa called Avery Auto Salvage phone. It's not on Barb's phone. Avery Auto Salvage. Where does the address lead you to? Avery Auto Salvage office. Her phone hit the office. That's the office phone. It's not Barb's phone, not Stephen's phone. It's the office phone. Or in other words, Chuck's phone. So Teresa called Chuck. Teresa did not call Barb. Teresa did not call Steve. She called Chuck. Simple. Follow their evidence. There it is. So Candace, let me ask you this question. You're going on about this convicting the murderer shit. Okay, fine. And you're still promoting it, from what I understand. It's still up. New Scott, I understand. Okay. Stephen Avery, yeah, contact Kathleen T. Zellner. Tell Kathleen T. Zellner that your sister's phone was listed to the Avery Auto Salvage Yard. And that Teresa called Chuck Avery, not Barbara. That's it. That's it. So now Chuck Avery is implicated in what? Teresa's murder, but it all happened up in the garage. And Stephen burned her in the pit. How did he do that? Huh? When Teresa called Avery Auto Yard. When Teresa called Chuck. The entire story of the rape in the bedroom didn't happen because Teresa called Chuck. Okay? The entire story of all the shit that's supposed to have happened in the garage didn't because Teresa called Chuck, not Barb's phone. Everything that happened, the fire and all that shit, Teresa's not in that fire. Why do we know? Because Teresa called Chuck and left a message on Chuck's machine. Not Stephen, not Barb's. Does anybody have anything to say about this? Cricket. Cricket. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to email this upload video YouTube link, this video right here, and it's going to go to Dean Strang, Jerome F, Laura Nyrider, Stephen Drizin, and Kathleen T. Zellner. And link below is the evidence that they all overlooked for all these years. That actual address is Chuck Avery Auto Salvage Office answering machine is there and in the Dassey restaurant, in that Dassey answering machine. How it did it? Not for me to say. All I gotta say is that phone number lists to Avery Auto Salvage. That's being matched to be listing to Steve Avery. See, that's where Wigger got it wrong. It's not listed to Stephen Avery. It's listed to Avery Auto Salvage. Did when you went into all your searches and shit, did you find another phone where Stephen has two phones? Huh? Did you find an answering machine? You know? You found the answering machine. See, the thing is, you found the answering machine in Barb's house. All right? But it didn't call that landline. The message on that message machine is from this landline down here. And it's been that way. That message machine, that phone number, has been listed to Barb since 2001, and that's it all the way through. No matter what phone was listed at the Jandas, doesn't fucking matter. It wasn't this one. What phone is listed at Avery's doesn't fucking matter. It's not this one. This one is never listed to Barb's address, and this is never listed to Stephen's address. It's listed to... Because that phone in Barbara's name has been there since 2001. When did Barbara move in? Who was living there? Stephen wasn't living there, right? So how can be active phone with nobody living there? The only active phone between the two addresses, you know, is Avery Auto Salvage has been active the whole time. People come, people gone from Stephen Avery's place. Stephen Avery was in prison in 2001, okay? So how can it be Stephen's? It's not Stephen's. It's listed not to Stephen's address. It's listed to the office. Dean, Jerome, Steve, Kathleen T. What the fuck are you gonna do now? Huh? Are you going to go free Stephen Avery and then take your punishment? For backing up. And for ignoring all this information we keep giving you and shit. Can you ignore that? Well, I don't think Stephen Avery can ignore that. I don't think Brendan Dassey can ignore that. You know? They can't. Now, why is the phone now listed to their home phone, Bobby? Busted, Bobby! Busted! You said that phone number went to this house. Well, it doesn't. Bobby? Yeah, what phone number does 920-755-8715 belong to? My mom. Bullshit! Busted, Your Honor. Yeah. He just perjured his ass on the stand. No, Bobby. 920-755-8715 goes to Avery Auto Salvage, the business. You're busted. Right there it is. Right there it is. Barb Janda's phone records. It's not Barb Janda's phone records. It's Avery Auto Salvage phone records masked by Barb Janda name. That's it. Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey should walk. Well, Kathleen T. Zellner, are you going to take up to what's your fucking face that you guys have to deal with and tell her, I'm sorry, but our deal is off? Stephen Avery walks. Kathleen T. Zellner, please. Stephen, yeah, call Kathleen T. Zellner and tell her to get on the horn and get your ass out. Emergency filing right there. Fraud perpetuated on the court. They were never convicted to begin with. Candace, fraud upon the court. Makes the court order void as if never issued. Okay? Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey have not been convicted of murder because of the fact that fraud was perpetuated on the court, and that makes the court order void. Is there anything in that you did not understand? They walk within the end of next week. You should be able to get that done. You cannot circumvent this. That message was not on Barb's answering machine. Period. The number for the answering machine at the Dassey Janda residence was still in Tom's name. Still the Tom. She should have called the number that Tom has. But she didn't. Now, Barb, Tadych, you know that was never your phone number. You knew that. You know it. Go tell Laura Nyrider and Stephen Drizin to go get Brendan out of prison now. Get on the phone, call him now. What type of mother are you? You can free Brendan, like right now. Who's going to free Brendan, huh? Am I going to free Brendan, or are you going to free Brendan? Barb, you know that's not your number. You knew that wasn't your number on the 31st. Why didn't you say something? Huh? Did they ever present the records? Were you ever informed of this? Have you ever seen those? But I got them, so you should have had them. And you still didn't say anything? Did you just overlook it? No, Barb, you know. You know, I know, and now the whole world knows that you kept your mouth silent all these years while Brendan sat in prison and rotted. They were going to kill you if you opened your mouth. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. You can open your mouth. Okay? Candace Owens. Go ask Barb Janda why she didn't speak up when she knew that was not her address and she knew that message was not put on her machine. She knew it. She knew it through Stephen's trial. She let her brother fucking go. She knew it through her own son's trial, and she let him go. She knew that was not her number ever since day one. Or whenever, but she knows now, and she's still going to keep quiet. Hey, Mystic Jack, you bitch. What are you going to do now? How are you going to spin this shit? Oh, fuck. That's how you're going to do it, Dr. Silkman. Yeah, you got anything else, anything to say? Fucking no. Busted. Busted. Candace, go get Steven and Brendan out of fucking prison. That's that simple. Huh? Any of you? Laura, not Ryder. Or Laura. And Maura. Yeah. Why don't you come up and say something? Make another documentary. You know? Why don't Laura, Maura, Candace get together, Brenda Schuler, those four get together and do one? Unconvicting a murderer. There you go. Collaboration. Why go fight between yourselves, right? Why don't you come together and do a third documentary and then share that profit? 50-50. See? Fuck. I'm going to send this to you. You're going to get it. I'm going to have a record of it, and you're going to be fucked.